Hey, what's up, guys? Vintage Cards here. And now that we are in Baseball Hall of Fame season, if you will, I just wanted to share with you a book I've been reading called the Cooperstown Casebook. And it's by Jay Jaffe. And Jay, you might be familiar with him, but he invented essentially like a standard for Hall of Famers called Jaws, and it's based on the wins above replacement statistic. But even if you're not into stats too much, but obviously a lot of us are, but he's a really good writer and it's a lot of fun to read. So he actually goes through position by position and has a write-up of everybody who's in and evaluates them if they're deserving or not, and then he goes also through like a further consideration. So like at second base, he's looking at upcoming guys like Chase Utley, Robinson Cano, Pedroia, Jeff Kent, and has write-ups on each of those guys. It's really good book. But what I really was psyched to see, and you can see in the backdrop, I hope a little bit, my man Minnie Minoso. He actually makes the case that he should be in the hall. Unfortunately, Minoso passed away about 3 years ago now. But just wanted to read a little piece, a quote, and this quote's actually from Orlando Cepeda. So of course he's in the hall. Cepeda says, Orestes Minoso was the Jackie Robinson for all Latinos, the first star who opened doors for all Latin American players. He was everybody's hero. I wanted to be Minoso. Clemente wanted to be Minoso. And again, that's Orlando Cepeda. The Hall of Fame does have an exhibit. I guess they unveiled, it said like in 2014, which does feature Minoso and recognizes him as the first, quote, the first Afro-Latino big leaguer and the first black player to don a Chicago White Sox uniform. So besides his on-field performance, which in and of itself is pretty much on par with many Hall of Fame outfielders, the fact that he had to deal, he was a trailblazer in the sense of he had to deal with the racism because of his skin color, of course. We all know about that. To some extent, similar to Jackie Robinson and Larry Doby and a lot of those guys. But he also had a language barrier, and there was prejudice against Latinos. So I just think it's great that at least Minoso is getting some deserved recognition, in a book like this. And again, it's really cool book. But Cooperstown Casebook by Jay Jaffe. And what's in the background there is actually from the Sports Illustrated that I got when Minoso passed away. So it looks like a cool spring training highlight. Now shifting gears to the cards. I've been PCing Minoso for a while, and I showed his 53 Topps card in one of my first videos. Just love this card. And that really kicked off, that and the Roy Campanella really kicked off my love for collecting the 53 Topps set, which I'm still working on and definitely got some progress. But about these pickups, I actually hit up my LCS, and he was so I just shifted the camera there, hopefully get a little better lighting. But As I was saying, my LCS owner has a big box of 50s Bowman, and got to pull out a couple Minosos that looked pretty good. You can see the 54 Bowman. Just love that shot. Look at that big mitt. It's really cool. And the lighting, I don't know if you can kind of catch it, but on his face, just how there's like that glare. That's actually right on the card. For some reason, I think is pretty neat. And signed Orestes Minoso. And love the backs. Funny as far as his birth date. It's kind of unknown when his birth date is, but his 54 Bowman actually says November 29th, 23, 11/29/23, and his 53 color says November 29th, 1922. So funny that even Bowman couldn't consistently have his birth date from just 1 year, 53 to 54, on their own cards. So who the hell knows? But and even in the Cooperstown Casebook, they talk about that, where one of 3 or 4 years he could have been born from 22 to 25 or so. But just love these cards, the 54 and 53 Bowman color. Obviously, 53 is just a classic. And shout out to Alex at Bowman 53. But the 54, I feel like they're a little underrated. They're pretty sweet cards, and very affordable, especially compared to the 53s. So just did get a few new Minosos for the PC, and one last shot. And don't forget, check out, if you can, find the Cooperstown Casebook by Jay Jaffe. Highly, highly recommend it. So thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy.